Hi everybody, today I'm reviewing the OnePlus 8 5G. And if you're buying a phone in 2020 or 2021 and it doesn't have 5G, then it must be really cheap because I'm pretty sure every phone has it now. Anyways, this is the OnePlus 8 128 gig Glow Silver kit, and this is the T-Mobile version. And I'm probably going to unlock it just in case I switch from something else other than T-Mobile. But this is typical OnePlus packaging. It has the soft paper. And I personally don't care how an outer box is packaged, but OnePlus has always felt pretty nice. Our family's purchased a lot of OnePlus phones over the years, starting with the OnePlus One when they first came out, and they claim to have a flagship killer. And phones have come a really long way since then. So anyways, let's open this guy up. Okay, so there's a little flap here that I'm supposed to pull on. This is Glow Silver, so it has kind of a rainbow color to the back that I can already see. Actually looks pretty slick. Let me put this packaging to the side. Oh, I kind of like that color. I hope the camera can capture all the different angles and colors. It's pretty sweet. Anyways, the camera does protrude a little bit on the back, which I expected. It has the nice edges on the screen right here, the nice curved edges. I'm not really picky when it comes to my phones, but this phone was $249 and I was due for a new one anyways, so decided to get it this Black Friday. I do like how this button here has some texture to it, and then there's the soft button here. I'm assuming this is the power button. There we go. So while it's starting up, let's look at the rest of the package. Obviously there's the typical OnePlus red USB-C charging cable, and there's probably a warp charging brick. There we go. So I know OnePlus has switched to the fatter bricks. They used to come skinnier and slightly longer, but they've switched to these fatter bricks. As long as they charge quickly, I don't really care. Let's see if there's anything else in this box before I go to the phone. There appears to be nothing else inside the box to pull out. So anyways, here's the charger. Here's the cable. Now I'm gonna go ahead and go, hi there, start. You have to agree if you're gonna use the phone, right? User experience program, I usually do no thanks. There is no SIM card in it right now, but I'm gonna go ahead and sign on to my Wi-Fi at home. Okay. So it is connecting and it's checking for updates. For now, I'm not gonna copy data. What I'm gonna do is use the cloning app from my old OnePlus phone and just bring it all over anyways. But I'm just gonna go ahead and skip all the sign-on stuff. And I wanna see if I can unlock it before we get started. I don't wanna send diagnostic data. I don't do scanning. I don't do location. I'm like a pretty offline guy when I can. Later on, I can always turn on the settings, but typically I start off with kind of everything turned off. Now it's asking me to use a screen lock, so I'm gonna create a PIN. Now I'm gonna hit next, and then it's gonna have me re-enter my PIN. So the next is the lock screen setting. I'm just gonna have it show notifications only when unlocked, and that's just for the private notifications. I don't think it matters. I don't think anyone's gonna take my phone, but you never know. Okay, next is the fingerprint setup. So what I do is I start with my thumb, and I usually move my thumb around a little bit. And with each read, you feel a little tap or a vibration. And now it's asking for edge input, so I'm gonna go ahead and do the edge of my fingers. I haven't had good luck with OnePlus fingerprint readers in general. I feel like they're not super reliable, but I'll go ahead and register them anyways. Now that I have my OnePlus 8 and my old OnePlus 6 here side by side, I'm gonna go ahead and clone the devices. Hit agree. So I should have the OnePlus app here. Okay. So obviously this is the old phone, my OnePlus 6. And this is the new phone. And I'm gonna select OnePlus and hit next. And I have to allow all these permissions for it to be able to see it. Okay, now it's generating a QR code. So this QR code has to be scanned by my old phone. So I'm gonna go ahead and scan it. You see here. App permission too old on your new phone. So I'm gonna go ahead and go into the Play Store. And I'm gonna go ahead and pull it up in the Play Store and update the app. And this is pretty typical. I've had to do this with probably every OnePlus phone I buy because it gets shipped with an older version of the cloning app. Obviously, if I have it in my old device, it's gonna stay updated as it updates itself. But it ships with an older version typically, and I have to do this. Maybe if I bought the phone when it was brand new, it would ship with the latest version, but that's not the case. Okay, now I'm gonna go ahead and agree and continue. And again, I'm gonna start with the same menus. I'm gonna say new phone. And it's asking me import data from a OnePlus phone. So I'm gonna select that option. It generated a QR for me. So I'm gonna take my old phone and go ahead and scan it in. And it was as quick as that. So now it's gonna prepare data, and you can select what kind of data you want to move to your new device. And I'm gonna go ahead and move everything, because that's typically what I do. And because it is so much data, because I have a lot of videos and pictures and things like that, I'm gonna let it just sit for a couple hours. And while this is running, I'm gonna go ahead and plug in my phones so that they have power. Hitting start, I'm gonna hit continue, and that's it. I'm gonna go ahead and plug in my phones. And this is pretty typical. I think the last phone that I transferred data from took just under an hour. So this is probably about right. It's transferring at 30 megabytes per second, which is not fast by any means, but it works. I wanna say when it starts transferring text messages, it takes longer because it's more individual items, but this is pretty much normal. After I have everything transferred over, I expect my new phone to look just like my old phone, just faster and with newer features. Size-wise, I think it's a wash. I think it's about the same, but the OnePlus 8 should have a much better camera and it should be a little bit faster. I don't know if I'm gonna really notice a performance difference, but I mean, this is what I'm doing. I've noticed that the battery life has been going down on my OnePlus 6 for a little bit, and I've tried uninstalling a bunch of apps and removing things, and I think it's mainly the battery performance over time, just from constant charging and discharging has really hindered the performance. So I'll probably sell this phone and get maybe $100 for the OnePlus 6. And so I'm really paying a net, about $150 for the new phone. I think that's all I have to show you. Once this is done, I don't expect any issues because I've never had issues with this app. I've switched from numerous OnePlus phones and they've all been seamless. I haven't had too many problems with my OnePlus phones other than I'll install an update and maybe one feature gets a little wonky for a while and then I'll get another over-the-air update and it fixes it. So I haven't had a lot of the issues that have been reported online by people. I've had a pretty good experience with this brand overall. Anyways, thank you for watching. I'll see you next time. Bye.